This week, here at the Couch Report, we're doing something a little different. We'd like to take a moment to recognize imagination, ingenuity, and the willingness to step right up to the cutting edge of the performing arts. I'm talking about, you guessed it, corporate tax avoidance. Anyone can pay their income taxes. Heck, you probably just did. But booking billions in profits and then getting the government to pay you hundreds of millions more in tax rebates, that takes real panache. Unlike tax evasion, tax avoidance isn't a crime. It's more like artistic expression. It's like jazz. It's all about the tax you don't pay. Fortunately for lovers of fine loopholes, that kind of creative magic goes down in American C-suites all the time. And we are going to celebrate it with this year's Golden Couch Awards. It's showtime!
Live from the Couch Report Pavilion, honoring greatness in corporate tax avoidance, it's the 113th Annual Golden Couch Awards with your host, Greg Walters.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome. Tonight is about creativity, achievement, and tradition. Longtime viewers will remember that the Golden Couch was first awarded by the creator of this program, Mortimer P. Couchington, way back in 1909, the year the US government asked corporations to pay taxes on their income, like people do. Since then, it's been our distinct pleasure to honor those who stomp on the spirit of the law while observing every technicality, decade after decade. And 2020 was another phenomenal year for the art form. 55 companies raked in a total of $40 billion. That's pre-tax income. And according to the Institute on Taxation and Economic Policy, they did it without giving the feds a dime in federal corporate income tax. I'm talking about stars like FedEx, Dish Network, Salesforce. Let's give them all a hand. You are all amazing. But you're not all winners. Let's start with the first award of the evening, Best New Artist. All the way from sunny San Jose, California, it's Zoom. The company we've all been using a hell of a lot more than we really want to. Zoom earned $672 million during the pandemic year. Now that's 3,200% more than the year before. But it managed to get its federal income tax bill down to zero, in part by paying its executives $580 million in stock compensation on top of their cash salaries. It's not illegal, it's just awesome. Here to accept the award is Zoom Lawyer Cat.
I'm here live, I'm not a cat.
So well put. Zoom said it complies with the tax laws everywhere it does business. Sadly, every year, some stars flicker out. This year, we remember and pay our respects to Google's parent company Alphabet. Psst, tax loophole. Last year, Alphabet finally abandoned a tax trick known as a double Irish with a Dutch sandwich. You know it's good when it's got a name that sounds like a hangover breakfast. This totally legal scheme allowed Google to book tens of billions of dollars worth of profits through Bermuda over more than a decade. The maneuver involves channeling profits through a series of affiliated companies. First, through an Irish company, then a Dutch company, and finally to a second Irish company headquartered in Bermuda, which doesn't tax corporate profits. That double cheeseburger in paradise let Google get its effective tax rate on non-US profits down to the single digits for over a decade. In a statement, the company said it paid a global effective tax rate of over 23%, with most of it due in the US. But now, it's leaving both sandwiches behind. Ireland phased out the rule under pressure from the US and the EU, so Alphabet's incredible run finally ended last year. Let's take a moment of silence to remember this loophole, which saved all those dollars from being wasted on such frivolous things as our social safety net and infrastructure. But the show must go on. And, of course, none of these captivating performances nominated tonight could exist without the tender love and care of a political institution built for them. That's why this year's award for Best Supporting Actor goes to the United States Congress.
I just want to thank the American people. I want to thank the American people for putting their trust in us, for giving us this chance and this ability to make this moment possible. Thank you very much.
By slashing the overall corporate income tax rate from 35% to 21% in 2017, Congress set the stage for some truly unforgettable performances. The CARES Act from 2020, which was supposed to save us all from the pandemic recession, also gave companies even more ways to avoid paying taxes. Congress may be where the action is, but there's no I in team. There is an I, and 3 of the letters from team, in Lindsey Graham. The award for Best Spoken Word Album goes to the senator from South Carolina, who spent the last year on Fox News reciting his beat poem, lindseygraham.com.
LindseyGraham.com. $5 or $10 goes a long way.
Go to LindseyGraham.com. LindseyGraham.com. Help me.
LindseyGraham.com.
LindseyGraham.com. Go to LindseyGraham.com. Help me at LindseyGraham.com.
LindseyGraham.com.
This is Graham's second win. In 2017, he warned that companies would stop giving Republicans donations if they didn't pass tax cuts, landing him a Best Actor award for his role as Captain Obvious.
What happens politically if Republicans aren't able to pass a tax reform package?
Well, the party fractures, the financial contributions will stop.
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. It's time to award the Golden Couch. Envelope, please. And the winner is Nike. And well deserved. Nike didn't pay a red penny on almost $2.9 billion in US pre-tax income last year. Instead, it got a $109 million tax rebate. This is hardly their first triumph. Since the Trump tax breaks passed, Nike has booked $4.1 billion in pre-tax income and received $741 million in federal income tax rebates, giving the company an effective tax rate of negative 18%. Negative 18%. The company said it complies with tax laws everywhere it does business and paid more than $9 billion in U.S. taxes since 2016. Such modesty.
Is it over? Who won?
The Chicago Bears.
Well, our special evening draws to a close. And our thoughts turn to next year, when, I'm sorry to say, these performing arts may be facing cutbacks. President Joe Biden said he wants to raise the corporate federal income tax rate back up to 28% to pay for his infrastructure plan. And his Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen, is trying to get countries around the world to agree to a global minimum tax rate in an attempt to stop companies from fleeing to the lowest tax environment or making themselves a double sandwich.
Together, we can use a global minimum tax to make sure the global economy thrives.
Now, if that happens, the Golden Couch Awards will definitely suck. Americans are just going to have to decide whether they want bridges that don't fall down with people on them, and clean energy infrastructure that isn't cooking the planet like a Hot Pocket, or the joy of watching Fortune 500 accountants achieve artistic nirvana. The Picasso of income tax, Al Capone, once said that a good lawyer with a briefcase can steal more than 10 men with machine guns. But when you're a creative genius, it's not stealing. It's art.